The War of 1812, often overshadowed by other conflicts in American history, was a pivotal moment that shaped the young nation's identity and future. Stemming from a complex web of grievances and ambitions, the war pitted the United States against Great Britain, testing the resolve and resilience of both countries. The roots of the conflict lay in the lingering tensions left unresolved after the American Revolution. Britain, embroiled in a long and bitter struggle with Napoleonic France, imposed a series of trade restrictions that hampered American commerce. The British Navy, desperate for sailors, routinely stopped American ships on the high seas, searching for deserters and, in many cases, impressing American citizens into service. This practice, known as impressment, outraged the American public and government alike. Meanwhile, on the western frontier, American settlers clashed with Native American tribes who, in many cases, received support and encouragement from British forces stationed in Canada. The United States saw this as further evidence of British interference in its affairs and ambitions. A group of young nationalist politicians known as the War Hawks, led by figures like Henry Clay and John C. Calhoun, pressed for a decisive response. They believed that war with Britain would not only defend American honor, but also potentially allow the United States to annex Canada and eliminate British influence from North America. On June 18, 1812, President James Madison signed the Declaration of War, making the United States, once again, an adversary of the world's most powerful empire. The war unfolded in three main theaters: the Canadian border, the Atlantic coast, and the southern United States. In the north, American forces launched several invasions into Canada, hoping for quick victories. However, these efforts met with limited success. Poor planning, inadequate supplies, and determined British and Canadian resistance led to a series of setbacks. Notably, the city of Detroit fell to the British early in the conflict, a humiliating loss for American forces. On the seas, the U.S. Navy, though vastly outnumbered, achieved a series of surprising victories. American frigates like the USS Constitution, nicknamed Old Ironsides, defeated British ships in single combat, boosting national morale. Privateers, privately owned ships authorized to attack enemy vessels, also harassed British commerce, capturing hundreds of merchant ships. Perhaps the most dramatic moments of the war occurred in 1814. After the defeat of Napoleon in Europe, Britain was able to redirect more resources to North America. British forces launched a major offensive, capturing and burning Washington, D.C., including the White House and the Capitol. The attack was a blow to American pride, but the subsequent defense of Baltimore inspired Francis Scott Key to pen The Star-Spangled Banner, a song that would become the national anthem. In the South, the war culminated in the Battle of New Orleans, where General Andrew Jackson led a motley force of regular soldiers, militia, free African Americans, and even pirates to a stunning victory over a much larger British force. Ironically, this battle took place after the war had officially ended, as news of the Treaty of Ghent had not yet reached the combatants. The Treaty of Ghent, signed on December 24, 1814, restored the status quo ante bellum, with neither side gaining or losing territory. While many of the issues that sparked the war, such as impressment, were left unresolved, the conflict had profound effects. It fostered a sense of national unity and identity in the United States, weakened Native American resistance in the Northwest, and set the stage for westward expansion. The War of 1812 is often remembered as a second war of independence. It affirmed America's sovereignty, demonstrated its willingness to defend its interests, and helped forge a distinct American spirit that would shape the nation's destiny for generations to come.